10 most luxurious things owned by Queen Elizabeth. No one knows the Queen's actual net worth. Although the Sunday Times in Britain estimated she was worth PS $370 million, $426 million in 2022, up PS $5 million from 2021. The magazine ascribed the increase to the Queen's stock market holdings. Forbes projected that she had $500 million in assets in 2021, with everything she possesses publicly, including brooches, jewels, and racing horses. It's always startling to hear that she also owns items under the Constitution, and rightfully as a monarch. In this video, we will go over the goods that the Queen possessed. Number 10. All dolphins and aquatic animals in the UK. How did Queen Elizabeth's status as sovereign impact the conservation of dolphins and aquatic animals in the United Kingdom? All whales, dolphins, and porpoises discovered within 3 miles of the UK's shore are legally owned by the Queen. The King has had these wonderful beasts since the 13th century. In 1324, King Edward EU Pasteur ruled that said, except in specific regions privileged by the King, the King shall have wrecks of the sea throughout the realm, whales and sturgeons obtained in the sea or elsewhere within the realm. Number 9. The best seat at Wimbledon. Has Queen Elizabeth been a frequent Wimbledon visitor throughout her reign? The Royal Box was established in 1922 as a place for the royal family to welcome foreign dignitaries, soldiers, and celebrities while watching the world's best tennis players. Even though you would think differently, the chairman of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, ALTC, decides who gets to sit on one of the 74 dark green Lloyd Loom wicker chairs. Queen Elizabeth, as head of the royal family, made that decision. Number 8A. Victorious Horse Racing Squad. How well did Queen Elizabeth's racehorse squad do in competition? What significant race do they win? Fans of the Netflix series The Crown may recall that Queen Elizabeth II had a strong interest in horses at a young age. Even later in her reign, the fascination grew into one of her primary leisure pastimes, with a focus on thoroughbred horse racing breeding. Although it is impossible to say how many racehorses the Queen has owned during her life, she did enter over 150 of them. In the flat season last year, Queen Elizabeth II has been a familiar sight at racetracks since her accession to the throne in 1952, and she has been successful as both an owner and a breeder, winning over 1,600 races and earning more than PS $7 million. Number 7. A tiara adorned with 1,333 diamonds. Do you know who created and constructed the tiara? Her oldest tiara, the diamond diadem, has been handed down from king to monarch since the coronation of George IV in 1821. It is mainly worn on formal events and contains 1,333 diamonds on it. It was created by London jeweler Rundell and Bridge and has 4 crosses interspersed with flowers symbolizing various sections of the United Kingdom: roses, thistles, and shamrock. It has also been resized twice to suit the heads of certain royals. The crown has 4 padded crosses, the front cross with a pale yellow brilliant diamond, a thin band of diamonds surrounded with pearls, and floral sprays of a rose, a thistle, and shamrocks as national emblems. Number 6. The world's biggest clear-cut diamond. What distinguishes diamond from other renowned gemstones? The British royal family has the world's biggest clear-cut diamond, known as Cullinan Eye, or the Great Star of Africa, which measures 530.4 carats, 106.08 grams to 3.74 ounces. There is substantial controversy about whether it was a royal gift or stolen. It was found on January 26, 1905, and delivered to Edward VII almost 2 years later. It has been handed down from king to monarch since. Cullinan diamond price $400 million. The Cullinan diamond, often known as the Star of Africa, is a jewel of unequaled size and significance. It was discovered in 1905 and is the world's biggest rough diamond, weighing 3,106 carats. Number 5. 150,000 pieces of artwork. How did the collection develop to encompass almost 150,000 works, and who made major contributions? The British royal family has the world's biggest private art collection. The collection, founded by King Charles III and administered by the Royal Collection Trust, is spread throughout 13 current and historic royal homes in the United Kingdom. The British monarch is the legal owner of some of the items. while others are privately owned. The collection contains over a million items, including 7,000 paintings, 150,000 works on paper, 30,000 watercolors and drawings, and approximately 450,000 photographs, as well as tapestries, furniture, ceramics, textiles, carriages, weapons, armor, jewelry, clocks, musical instruments, tableware, plants, manuscripts, books, and sculptures. The collection does not purport to represent a full, chronological overview of Western great art, but it has been formed by the personal preferences of kings, queens, and their families throughout the previous 500 years. Number 4. 25,000 acres of woodland. What makes 25,000 acres of woodland held by the Crown Estate valuable? The Crown Estate holds vast amounts of land in the United Kingdom and beyond. Its significant portfolio encompasses 25,000 acres of rural agriculture. A piece of the land is entirely undeveloped and covered in a dense forest that has existed for a long time. As cities and new tendencies emerge throughout England, it may be impossible to envision a situation in which the Crown can retain ownership of the land permanently, but there's no doubting that it's a valuable artifact of unfathomable worth. Number 3. Almost all of London's Regent Street. What is Regent Street known for? The West End of London's Regent Strip is a well-known retail boulevard in the United Kingdom, and the Crown Estate owns part of it. It's the most costly street. It's recognized for its lovely stores, window displays, and architecture. As a consequence, although the Queen officially owns Regent Street, the Crown Estate is managed by a distinct statutory entity. Regent Street was created in the 19th century with the intent of connecting the Prince Regent's Palace. Number 2. Offshore wind farms. What are the environmental effects of offshore wind farms on Maria's life? As a consequence of the climate crisis, investment in ecologically friendly energy sources, such as offshore wind farms, has increased significantly. Unlike the Crown Estate's coveted West End properties, the seabed has long been an untapped asset in its portfolio. The British monarchy's real estate empire is increasingly being driven by Britain's seabeds. Wind turbines may be damaged by wave action and strong winds, especially during major storms or hurricanes. The manufacture and installation of power lines under the seabed to carry energy back to land may be prohibitively costly. Number 1. All of Scotland's gold mines. How does Scottish gold compare to other major gold locally and internationally? Scotland has a rich history of gold mining. In 1852, there was a short gold rush in Auchter-em-Chee and Kinnes Wood, which was followed by another in Kildonan, Sutherland in 1869. Several efforts have been made to run commercial mines. The Lowther Hills, Lead Hills, and Wanlockhead localities saw both gold prospecting and lead metal exploitation. The Royal Mines Act established that gold and silver mined in Scotland between 1424 and 1592 belonged to the Crown. In conclusion, the riches of Queen Elizabeth's estate, both historical and contemporary, represents an unequaled combination of tradition, luxury, and control over Britain's cultural, environmental, and financial resources. The late Queen's estate comprises a substantial element of Britain's past and future assets, with enormous landholdings and art collections, as well as access to world-class sporting venues, distinctive wildlife, and even renewable energy investments. This one-of-kind collection represents the monarchy's enormous reach, including physical riches such as diamonds and artworks, as well as critical supplies. The Queen's legacy, therefore, extends well beyond her lifetime, threading her imprint into the very terrain and fabric of British society and the environment, ensuring both history and sustainability for future generations. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, comment, and share it with your friends, and subscribe to support our channel. Your engagement helps us bring even better content.